Yeah. What's really happening? It's your boy OG Gigavelli with another episode of Street Code of Conduct. Today's episode is called Support Your Homeboy. That's the topic. Support your homeboy. Especially if your homeboy done did a lot of time in prison. He coming home, he got a good idea. He out here, he grind. I don't care if it's a food truck. I don't care if he's cutting grass. I don't care if he got merch or whatever he's doing, man. Support your homeboy. Don't let him give up on his goals, man. Don't let him, go back to prison because we ain't supporting him. Support your homeboy. With that being said, man, I want to shout out to two of my brothers in the struggle, man. That I seen come out here. They done decades in prison. One of them done almost 30 years in prison, right? I seen these brothers. They done got a podcast, the Ghetto Gospel Experience, right? These brothers giving up they self, man, taking out on their time. They could be anywhere. They could be back, doing this, doing whatever. They taking their time out. Why? Because they're passionate the same way I am, right? About saving our young men from going to prison and saving our young men from getting out here genociding themselves, right? But what reason why I'm highlighting these brothers today? Cause they already put out there every Monday that they was gonna be out, in full force, 8 o'clock on Facebook, on YouTube. Subscribe to their podcast. I didn't see them this Monday. I don't know what happened. I'm gonna reach out to them because I want them to encourage them to keep on going. I want y'all to know, especially all my followers and my subscribers, it ain't easy. It ain't easy trying to keep good content. It ain't easy trying to keep y'all attention. Y'all require a lot, and I appreciate that because where more is required, there's more blessing for me to get. You understand what I'm saying? I passionately, I love doing what I do, man. It ain't easy trying to do it by myself, uploading these upload, especially if you done been gone as long as me and these brothers that I'm talking about been gone. You need a support team. You need people to help you do almost everything. Believe we just still transitioning back into the world. But without further ado, let me shout the brother out, man. Shout out to Richard Gator, man. Appreciate what you doing, soldier. Shout out to Body, Jermaine, what y'all doing, man. The Ghetto Gospel Experience, we still need that, man. I'm gonna show y'all. Y'all come with me. I'm gonna show you how down me and these brothers is, right? How far back we go, right? I'm gonna come straight from the book. Once again, everybody I talk about, everybody that that I personally get like this about, I know them. And we got some type of experience together, right? So let me take y'all into when me and these brothers was locked up in the struggle. Gator plugged me in with Big Black from down south, Miami. I knew who he was from hearing about him in the county jail. We never did no time together until now. But his co-defendant, Stremp, was my dog. Me and Stremp had been locked up together in Belgrade on my first bid. Big Black was the go-to man, for down south back in the days on the 10th floor. Niggas from all over Miami had respect for him. He would end up doing 28 years before he got out. Shout out to Body, man. Welcome home, boy. Stay out. For now, me, him, and Gator was chilling during this bid. There was some more of the homies from down south. Teddy Session. That was my partner there too. Me and his older brother, Tony Session, we got down in the county jail. We was all at Taylor Correction, Taylor CI in Florida. Was more laid back. I guess it was because throughout going, none of us really wanted to go back to CM. That's where we was. We was at Taylor Correction, man. Anybody know about Taylor Correction back then? They housed a lot of CM units, man. So that's where majority of the compound came from, CM. I just had to clarify that for those y'all don't know. CM is close management, right? Lockdown. The less time that you do that back there is 6 to 12 months. Then the second highest time you do 12 to 24 months, and then they had the 5-year plan that you'll be back there behind that door, man. And when you on that 5-year, you don't have no cellar. That's one of the toughest ones, right? So that's CM 1, 2, and 3. I just broke down for you. So all us had came off CM. Almost everybody that was on the compound came off CM. So we all knew how easy it was to go back. I spent my days working in food service and working out with Gator and Black. sometimes Teddy to join us. Other than that, we walked around and tried to holler at, the female officers, and they was giving us all kind of play. I didn't stay at Taylor after CM, but another 6 months. Then they transferred me to Cross City. So right there, I'm gonna stop and I'm gonna go to Cross City with y'all because there's another brother I want to mention about, right? But that's where me and Gator and Body got down at right there at Taylor Correction. We hung out a lot, man. We worked out a lot. But as I was mentioning in the book, we didn't want to go back to CM. That's me and Gator went a little further back than Black. You know what I mean? Me and Gator went back all the way from the Stockade from '93, but me and Black got real close because he a loyal dude, and one of his co-defendant was Shrimp. You know what I'm saying? So I see how recognize real connection, be made like that. So shout out to Black, man. Shout out to Gator. I'm looking forward to seeing that ghetto gospel experience back on. And you know what I mean? I'm supporting, and that's the message of this whole topic today, man. Support your homeboys, especially when they doing right. So let me read on, man, because another homie I want to talk about, man, that after I left Taylor Correction, I'm gonna run into. This is another Miami legend. Y'all want to listen up. It was 2000, the new year, and we all thought that we was going to die in prison because Y2K, the end of the world. One of the prison scares theories was that the government was going to execute all prisoners. That year was a turning point in my life. I was becoming a thinker. I had to give credit to the time I spent on CM. It helped me with my reading more. Also, it made me use my mind more. I had to think before I act, and I was able to reflect more on my past actions. So when I got to Cross City, I was in search of a spiritual connection with God. So around this time right here, as I explained, I spent a lot of time on CM, and on CM all you got is your books. You know what I mean? If you staying out of trouble, they'll come take that too, man. CM in Florida is real hard, man. So this time I had a lot of time to reflect. I was behind the door. I slowed down. I went on CM for a ride that I set off at Madison CI. That's another part of the book. It's in there. Y'all have to get the book. I'm not gonna give y'all all the book, but fast forward. So when I got to Cross City, I was more like in tune with myself, man. And that's what being behind that door do for a lot of people, right? Well, it did it for me. It bring an animal out of a lot of guys too now, but it also brought a consciousness for me, right? So here I go. Okay, my homie Bushwick, that's the legend that I was trying to tell y'all about. Bushwick, that's Tanner's little brother, right? I'm gonna get into it. Bushwick had a brother named Santana. Rest in peace. Fred and Santana was road dogs. They was getting money back in the days. I remember when they had them boys in the hood, 6'4" Chevys dropped on Dayton's with the 26 inches on them. 26 switches on them. 26, my bad. They had the switches on there. They know how it is in Cali. They make the cars hit Dayton's, and Tanner and Fred were the first ones I seen. Lil Dave had some switches on his Chevy. Shout out to Dave out of Robin Hood too. But Tanner them, they had all the switches on. They just make the 3-wheel motion, have it sitting up on the air. So shout out to Tanner, man, with them 6'4", man. That was real pressure back then, right? Nobody else in the city was coming through like that. Well, back to Bushwick. He was the imam over the Muslim community at Cross City. Bushwick had a 30-year bid sentence on a body in a robbery case. He had been down about 10 years by the time I converted to Islam, the Sunni Muslim. I could see the change in him and the peace he had even with such a long sentence. And I would have long talks with him about the streets and the homies. He would listen, and then he would always ask me the tough questions like, was I tired of being locked up? He would say shit like, keeping it real with the homies is loyalty to the hood, but keeping it real with yourself is a loyalty to God. Yes, y'all hear that, man? Let me read that again for y'all. And this a wise brother, man. This brother, he had 30 years sentence, man, but the piece that you would have seen, it was like, He was more freer than I see a lot of cats that's in these streets right now. A lot of times I see people walking the streets talking to themselves. My brother had 30 years and he was more freer than them, man. That's on God, right? So listen, I'm gonna read that part again. We would have long talks with him about the streets and the homies, and he would listen, but then he would always ask me the tough questions like, was I tired of being locked up? He would say shit like, keeping it real with the homies is loyalty to the hood, but keeping it real with yourself is loyalty to God. Y'all let that sink in, man, because it did for me. He would ask, when was the last time the homies went around to check on your mama or the kids? Or when was the last time the homies sent you some money on your books? But you would put in work for the homies right now if they ask you to. Or if somebody diss the homies or disrespect the Valley, talking about my homies Vellies, we would ride for them, right? Talking to Bushwick on a daily basis started to make me think about life in a different way. He was one of the homies who brothers had helped so many niggas on in the game, but nobody was really showing him love. There were a few he would tell me about. He always talked highly of Bayla and Chop off 15 Ave and Fred, but overall he was like, after his brother got killed, niggas fell back off him and the family. I knew how he was feeling. I was going through the same thing. You know what I mean? But I'm gonna stop right there and collaborate on y'all with that, man. Hey, brothers like that, man. You know what I mean? Bushwick. I think, if I'm not mistaken, I don't know how old Bushwick was, man, but he seemed like a wise old man. But if you'd have seen him, he was a little short guy, man. Good hair. You know, him and Tanner had that good, I don't know what nationality they was mixed with, but they had that good hair. Shout out to Coconut Grove, man. Shout out to Santana, Bushwick, man. Bushwick, he brought a lot of sense to me, man. He actually the one helped me convert over to Islam, man, and having them long talks with that brother, man, really changed my whole outlook, man. I love that brother to this day, man. I know I'm gonna see him in Jannah. May Allah bless over his soul, man, and give him the awards that he deserved. But like he was saying, man, you know, after his brother had passed, man, there wasn't but a few that kept it real with him, man. And I'm just gonna keep it real. Whoever take offense, that's on them, man. He used to talk highly of Bayla. He used to talk highly of Chop. And he always talked highly of Fred, man. You know what I mean? He said them brothers that he could always call and they will always have his back. Now anybody else, man, if y'all got something else to say about that, hey, that's my words that I heard from Bushwick, man. You know, I ain't gonna lie on that brother right there. But Santana was a blessing to Santana always looked out for a lot of guys, man. Shout out to Santana, man. He was a true legend and still is a true legend out of Miami, man. Shout out to Coconut Grove, like I always say, man. You know, it's some good brothers in the struggle, and when brothers come home that changed and made a change like myself, we need to start supporting these brothers, man. That's what the whole topic was today, man. Support your brother, man. Support your homie. Support your homie and whatever he may be doing right, as long as he's trying to stay out of prison, man. That's what's G.